Let's bring in now live Minnesota Representative and GOP Majority Whip Tom Emmer. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us today. So the list of Walz's liberal stances, it's a pretty long list. He's effectively made Minnesota a sanctuary state for those seeking abortions, one for transgender surgeries. He signed a bill into law this year, creating a caste-like system in the state. What do you think the Democrats' playbook is here? Because they were going back and forth. We didn't know if she was going to pick Shapiro from Pennsylvania or Walz. So why do you think she went with him?
Well, perhaps because he was the #1 pick of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and other progressives. Tim Walz, Allison, is a left-wing radical who actually has turned Minnesota into a liberal wasteland. Under his leadership, our taxes have skyrocketed, violent crime is at record highs, and Minnesota families are worse off. And the list of stuff that he's done, you didn't even get into the $8 billion in new taxes and fees he charged Minnesotans after he blew a $17.5 billion surplus. He supported free college and Minnesota Care, that's taxpayer-funded college and taxpayer-funded health care, for illegal immigrants. And you point out that he signed that law to allow illegals to get driver's licenses. And said, by the way, he wanted to invest in a ladder company to defeat Trump's border wall. This guy is, he's a gift to Republicans.
Yeah, that was actually my next question for you, because Democrats are obviously praising her decision today. If you watch a lot of the media, they're saying this is a great choice. They talk about how he was a former teacher, how he's a veteran. Now there's things coming out talking about, his service to the country and exactly what he did and didn't do. But for Republicans, this is a win for Trump and J.D. Vance to go after his record and talk about how progressive this ticket could be.
It's not progressive is doing him a favor. He's a radical. This guy stood alongside rioters who burned Minneapolis to the ground. He failed to deploy the National Guard until it was too late, despite a request from the mayor of Minneapolis. Under this guy's leadership, Minnesota has seen a 20% reduction in our police force. So to your point, we need to be talking about his radical views. He pushed for Minnesota to copy California's radical vehicle emission standards that are going to hurt Minnesota's auto industry and empower bureaucrats over the free market. Same thing that Kamala Harris wants to do. Walz supports allowing biological men to play in girls' school sports in Minnesota, Allison. This guy is not going to sell to the common sense American on Main Street all across this country. He is, quite frankly, not capable of doing the job. He doesn't have the intelligence to do the job, and Tim Walz has proven his incompetence trying to destroy the state of Minnesota.